All right. I do believe we are live. All right. I do believe we are live, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Got a lot of work to do, so let's get going. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There he is. How was your thingy tonight? How was it? How was it? How was it? Do I have to open this? I think so. What's that? Fertilizer is in the thing, so I have to open this up. We are gonna seed. We are gonna then harvest, and then we are gonna show you guys what we got set up for the new and improved Ocean and City Forest Making Money Challenge. Do 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 do. Please hit that. Please hit that. There we go. She's full. Good. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad. Family's awesome. I've had a long, but it's in the end good. So that's all that matters to me. There's Bastion. Hello, hello, hello. We are now up to 1,500 chickens on the map. We have been busy. As you can see, I moved my silo from over there because we're going to start adding on to our fields. Yay. Let me get this out of the way real quick. There. Now I cleared it. As you can see, we have to seed this field. We have done some changes. I'm excited. You can see where I tried one strip over there. I said, nah, that doesn't work. He's doing okay. Basically, the last I heard was about 4:30, I think. And all was good at that point. Geez, I gotta get out of this dusty room once in a while. As you can see, we brought back precision farming. So we are literally just gotta seed this in sorghum. But he's doing well. And we have a direct drill. So now every time we do a field, we just have to lime and then we have to seed. That's it. Because I've turned plowing off. So, and you guys know, because the way I do it now, I can't use course play and stuff. So, plus I updated it and it had some issues. So, I deleted it and re-downloaded it because I need it. I don't need it, but I need it. Yeah, he's doing okay. He's an old man, and I told him that he was, stop being so stubborn, because he can always call me. He was trying to, my mom and him put in a new pellet stove in their house that they bought, and he was trying to unload pallets, and they got it delivered by a truck. And when you're in your 90s, you shouldn't be lifting pellets that are, a couple 100 pounds of thing. But you guys can see how far that we've changed, or how much that we've cleared. I mean, it's been crazy. But I got a new way to do the trees, and I'm excited to show you guys. It's a lot easier. And no, it doesn't mean the brucks. We are still cutting it with a harvester. We're just going to use the Trex to clean the trees up. I'll show you guys how it works. But we're still not allowed to cut them up, or not allowed to chip them up. We have to keep track, because you guys know from past experience that I've used the Trex does not keep track of how many trees you cut down. So I will be able to prove that I'm not using it by having the numbers go up. And right now I think we're at 200. I'll check in a minute. But yeah, it's been a cool day, bad day, weird day. But all in all, a good day, because everything is good. They put them on some... what was it? Blood thinners, and then they put him on this weird medicine. I don't know what it was. And then they got to go in and do something, I guess, called scraping. They got to scrape his veins or arteries. I don't know. It just sounds kind of weird. But they said it's almost common procedure now. Like, pretty much the way they explained it to him is, 8 out of 10 Americans are getting this now, like every year. So it's something that's we're all getting, I guess, as you get older and older and older. We all eat like crap. At least I do anyways. So I'm sure someday it'll happen to me too. But he was resting. The last I knew, he was sleeping, and they said that it may be that he can go home in a couple of days. It'll take a couple of days because they have to do their surgery. You guys know how that works. But I guess, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how, like, what's the word I'm looking for? How hard the surgery is, or if it's just in and out, wham, bam, get out, Big A, I've got a couple maps for you to try. I found it on King's Mod. I'll send it to you in the Discord Messenger. I think the one you'll like it. The only caveat it has, I've driven it, but you can't sell anything on the farm, which is fine if you like that sort of thing. If you like playing with the game, the farm the way that it is. It's by the makers of Valley Spring. So I got sent in early access to it, and then I got the new version today off of King's Mod. So I want you to do a review on it, but I want you, because it may be a map you like. It is European, because you said that you didn't want to do another American map. You wanted to do more with, but there's no collisions on the hedges. You can plant grass on this one because I did it to test it. That's sad about that map. I'm just getting frustrated with giants pushing stuff through for the sake of just let's get it out there. That's not right. It's not good for us. I'll send you it because I've kept it on the download. I've been playing with it off camera because the map author did give me early access to it. But I will send you the one off of King's Mods that is version 1.003, I think. So it's got things now that are better to it, but there's no collision on the hedges, and the fields are probably, I would say medium size. I think they're like 8 or 9 acres, so they're not like ginormous, but they're not like tiny either. They're bigger than these because my fields here are only 4 acres. Last headland here, and then we'll do our up downs. But I think you'll like it, and it definitely is something that is more my style than it is yours. But you said you did not want an American map. You've already done enough American maps, so I thought, well, I'll offer it to them in worst case scenario. Yeah, we'll go from there. But you can always do a review on it. So I did get permission from that. So, and I really, really enjoy your reviews because you're honest and you're not mean about it. You're just honest. Yeah. I get mine from the in-game mod hub primarily, and then the King's Mods and it's because I only get them from certain mod authors. Or if one of my I didn't even vote on it. I didn't even know you posted it. It's funny because I get notifications from you whenever you're going live, whatever, but I don't get notifications when you drop something on your community page. And I knew you were going to. I just didn't see it. But I'll vote on it, and I don't, for me, I don't give a crap what you're doing. I'll be there anyways. But I do like the ability to do maps. Because that gives me a chance to see maps. And like I said, you have a way to do the review, which is kind of neat. It's different than anybody else, but it also, you're honest. And you're not mean honest. You're just, that's the way it is. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. But this map has not been sent to Giants yet. This is still considered testing, so he gave me permission to send it to you, but I'll send you the one off King's Mods so it's easier. And you can test away and things, and he wants you to point out stuff that you find. So if you find stuff that is wrong, then that way he can fix it, because this will be considered testing. So you'll be the second person. He doesn't get my live notifications. Yeah, I don't. I get your lives and I get your recordings, but I don't get your community page, which is fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I check them every day anyways. And usually you let me know that. But you're the second person that's going to get this map. Me and you. So, well, actually, there'll be more now because he released it on King's Mods. But it already states, I think it states in the description that this is not the final version. So, and that's kind of cool, you know? It's kind of cool. It gives you a chance to be early in on a map. I just wish he made it to where you could sell the stuff on the farm. You know me, that's a prerequisite for me. But the cool news is that he wants it played like the mod author he wants it played like the way he's setting it up. So, hey, to each their own. You can still sell the equipment and play the ones that you want to play. So, let's put it this way. It's about 25 to 30 times better than Chipping Norton, and that was released on the in-game mod hub. So what's that tell you? Because I drove it pretty much all day long and messed around with it, and you know, first thing I tested was if you could sell grass. That was the first thing, or I mean, if you could plant grass. I'm sorry, and of course, then I went through the whole thing and the background. I drove into about 16 different ways to get off. It looks like you're just driving along, and all of a sudden you'll go, and you'll hit the edge of the map. That's how good the border is, and I know that's one of your prerequisites. So I was like, put it this way: it's the maker of Valley Springs. So what's that tell you? So that's pretty cool, if you ask me. I had his original Valley Springs, guys. You guys don't understand. I had that version way, way, way before it was released on the mod hub. I had it when there was issues with the calf things, the calf barn sheds or whatever, the little white ones. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to like this map, and if he gets good enough and he gets everything fixed in time. See, unlike other map authors, you know, and I'm one of those guys, I fall into that category when I make my maps. Unlike other people that just submit it to Giants and let Giants just push it through and then everybody gets inferior, this guy sends it to people that he trusts to get tested and then tested, and then, you know, of course, they send it to their inner circles as well. So it's going to be tested by about 30 people probably, and then it'll get sent to Giants when everything's done. And then it'll go through, and then you guys get a great product. So that's awesome. So, and Big A is one of the only ones on the planet, other than maybe my brother, that I trust. You know, that controller went someplace that shouldn't have. The cord. Family fun, family friendly channel. I switched hands. Sorry. But so, anyways, getting back to this series, as you can see, we are cleared quite a bit of open area now. We're starting to move along with this series, which is good. We're only on episode 6. But as you can also see up in the right-hand corner, we still have 193,500,000 to go. So another 500,000, and we will be, you know, we made 7,000 in 6 episodes, or 7 million. You know, I was telling Big A everybody the other day that some people dream of making $7 million, period, in their whole career playing Farm Sim. And to me, that's chump change to me. No pun intended. But I've already got my next Let's Play going. Oh, it's going to be great, epic, awesome, ginormous, fantastic, whatever else you want to use and call it. It'll be great. Yeah, we're going to go back old school on that one, but not realistic or anything like that. So I'm just getting, Big A and I have both decided to do the same thing with our channels, that what we're doing is we're taking these next couple weeks up until the holidays, and we're going to revamp our channels, and we're going to get everything and all our ducks in a row so that our channels going forward for the new year can be perfect, and you guys get a product that's great. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out. Congratulations to Big A for making it 1 year on YouTube. What an accomplishment. You guys don't understand the grind. Those of you who are watching that are content creators, you understand it. But for those of you who are just regular watchers, you don't understand the grind. and the hurt and the pain and the upsetness and the frustration and the anger and the joy and the laugh. There's times I've been on YouTube that I've laughed so hard that I've peed. And then there's times that I've been so mad I just didn't want to do it anymore. So congratulations to Big A for making it one full 365-day YouTube channel. I was there. He went back on French Plains, and I was there for the first one, and I was there for his most recent one. So that's quite an accomplishment for me, too. I've stood by him since day one, and which is more than some people in this community do, which is kind of cool. But that's an accomplishment. I also want to shout out Van Ham Gaming for him putting out a superior product. It's just amazing to get somebody. I laughed so hard when I watched that guy. He's just brilliant. I'm so happy that he feels better, and I'm so happy that he's back from holiday and that he can put videos out again. I was jonesing. All right, guys, there we go. Now, we don't lie, or we're not rolling on this. So as you can see, we have perfect nitrogen, perfect. Well, we're a little low on pH, but that was because I had fertilized it twice and then put precision back in. So it was all messed up. And on this map, you buy the whole, a new farmer, you start with the whole map. So all I had to do is buy the precision for the whole map. And that was it. But we should get expected yield 120 there. See, because it's sandy loam there, it's weird. But I like it because if you guys ever notice, with precision, you use a lot less product. You know, you're not fertilizing twice. You're liming and then you're seeding, and that's it. Because precision. Oh, and you're welcome, Big A, anytime. All right, so now we're gonna harvest. And I left my harvester the same color. I'll show you, Big A, when I get over here. Now remember, everything on my farm here was maroon. Well, Omatana updated her mods, and so did the Colossus. And I'm using the Colossus on this Let's Play. And when you updated it, it changed the color. As you can see, as we pull up to it, it was maroon and yellow. And now she's green and white. I left it. I was like, yeah. But I don't have enough money to change it back. So we're stuck with green and white, and everything else doesn't matter. So when Ham comes and he judges me, he's going to have to take off points because that's not something I can change. I mean, I could change it because I change stuff all the time. You just put the money back in and then you take the money back out. We can put this away. There we go. And we don't need this. Actually, you know what? We are going to need this right here. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, Big A, that's quite the accomplishment. It really is. So as you can see now, all right, so we're going to harvest this, and then as we go down the line, each field, so right next to field 2, the one next to it, will be ready next, and then so on and so forth, all the way down the line until once we harvest all those fields, we'll be right back to harvesting this one again. So once I harvest this, lime it, seed it, I can't plant until tomorrow, which is August, okay? You understand how that works? So that every single month going through, we'll have a harvest to do. Because our chickens now, our chickens are at 1,500. And we can go here and go to animals. And it takes us 90,000 a year to feed 1,500 chickens. And we have 80,000 in there. And we're getting ready to add more. So that's why I did it. So that every single month, we'll have food coming in for these chickies. What was the other thing I was going to say? Okay, so before we get started on harvesting, I want to let you know what we're doing with the trees now. All right? So as you can see, we are clearing our way. Every field from here on out, we got our 5 fields in a row. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Every time we harvest a field, we're going to go 3 strips with our 9-meter plow and add on. 3 strips is 2 passes with the 13-meter header. And we're just going to keep adding. We're going to keep adding. We're going to keep adding, adding, and adding. And the same thing we're going to do over here. These are, remember, these are those horrible birch trees, which are, ugh. Anyways, we're going to make 5 fields in a row here and then keep going that way and adding on. And then if we get any more time after that, because I'm going to show you how we're going to make our money, and you guys are going to be shocked how quickly we're going to make money now. All right, so I did bring in the Trex, but I am not, and I repeat, not allowed to cut down trees with it. Because you guys know that it does not keep track of trees, right? So where are we? We've cut down 280 trees so far, right? And then it doesn't keep track for the session. We've played a total of 16 hours and 53 minutes on this new Let's Play. So that also is 12 hours on the old Let's Play. So technically, I also looked it up, and between the Chicken Odyssey and this one, this makes episode 41 that we've been on this map between the two of them. So that's pretty cool. That's quite an accomplishment for me. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we cut down a tree, drop it, cut down a tree, whatever. We get a big pile of them. We come along, we chip them up. Now this holds 2 million liters, right? Then we brought back an old friend. So if Timbo's in the chat, he's going to love this. We brought back an old friend from Yukon Valley. And for those of you who watch my Yukon Valley series, understand what this is. This has been updated. Many of you think it's crap. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's Billy. What's up, cowboy? I brought back the... I'm not going to say it on camera, but we brought back this. Been updated. Works good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the logs off the ground. We're going to chip them up. We're going to dump them in here. Now this holds, ready for it, 1 billion liters. Okay? So guess what we're going to do? When this hits 200 million, we're going to go down and sell it. We'll be out of debt. Bada bing, bada boom, and Bob's your uncle. Now, I also bought a second child van over here. That's as much as I'm going to say on that one. 4 eggs. And when this thing gets full, now this one doesn't hold 1 billion. This one only holds 1 million. So once we get her somewhat filled up or whatever, or maybe it doesn't. I don't remember what it holds. What's it hold? Nope, 100. Yep, 1 million. So then we can just back up, sell our eggs every day. We're going to pretend that this is refrigerated. When we get 1 million liters of eggs, we'll go sell them. That way the eggs stay clear. Everybody's happy. And once again, bada bing, bada boom, and Bob's your uncle. So that's how we're going to do trees from now on, because I did all the research like I promised you guys. For those of you who watched episode 5, I did a ton of research. Okay? So the planks sell for, let's get up here. All right, we'll go down to the planks. The planks sell for 3,000, right? You guys understand that? Right? And for some reason on this map, the 100% auto sell doesn't work. So I don't know what's going on. There may be a mod conflict. I don't know. But you can see planks sell for 4,232, right? But you then have to own an auto load trailer and or a trailer. And if you're not using auto load, then you have to have something to load the trees into the trailer to take them down. So they got to take them all the way down to the store or all the way down there, put them in, they make the planks. Then you got to have some sort of way to pick up all the pallets to sell them to get their 4,000. Now, wood chips, on the other hand, sell for, let's find out here. Whoops, I went way too far. Come on, Fury, they're up top. You know that. How many times you played this game? Wood chips. They sell for $1,000 per 1,000. So if I sold 1 million liters of wood chips, which, if I'm not mistaken, in here has a little over 1 million liters, right now I could sell this and make $1 million. Right now. Yep, 1,113,000 in this thing right now. So if I just cut down the trees, and that way I don't have to stop either. Cut down the trees, drop them in a big pile, come through, go, and then dump them in there when this thing gets full, and we're ready to go, guys. We now have a way to make our money back quickly. We'll take one trip down, and you're done. You're finished. You ever notice that this map has a little bit of that smog, but not over here? Isn't that weird? But anyways, I digress. That's how we're going to do that. And we're still sticking to the story of not using a Brux because we can't. And we're not going to chop down any trees with that. And you guys are going to know because every episode I will show you how many trees I've done. That way you guys can prove that I'm not using this because you guys know This does not keep track of trees. You can go through and chip down the whole map. It'll still say 0. It's ingrained in it. I've tried to fix it, but there's no way to fix it unless I redo the whole mod. So this is strictly to pick them up off the ground. That's it. But let's get harvesting. Enough of that. But you guys know now that there's a way. I should have done it this way to begin with because it's just crazy. Oh, I forgot I have a power washer over here. I've been sitting there. Some of my vehicles are super dirty. Where is... There she is. My green and white harvester when everything else is maroon. Now, I wonder if it did it to the header. Ooh. That'd be interesting to find out, won't it? Yes, it did. So there you go. It changed everything. Ooh, crash count. Wow, and I knocked my kid van over. That's crazy. There we go. So remember back in episode 5, the silo was here, remember? We also take the manure down and we make fertilizer with it. So let's get us our headwind here. And let's go. Let's go. Whoops. Am I... Oh, I forgot it's sorghum. I was like, am I cutting that? I forgot it's sorghum. So, yes. I'm excited about the new series. I'm excited to get my channel revamped for the first of the year. I'm super excited about everything that's going to happen with everything. And I hope that by my excitement, you guys have it too. We are also harvesting at 11 miles an hour, which makes me cringe. But on the same token, this is my raw and realistic series. So... I had to kind of get rid of Kuravara, and I apologize for that. We're going to bring back another series to replace it, I do believe, because there's being an update being done to the map, and it does say new save are going to be required. So knowing my luck, it'll be something that I've worked on for 16 years, so it's easier just to do that. Now, the other thing is, what we got to do now is, now that we've planted sorghum through, in the lines of being somewhat real, we can't plant sorghum again. So we're going to have to do wheat or barley, one of the two. And I do believe they take the exact same time to grow. There. Look at that nice turn at 11 miles an hour. And this header would have been all torn up by now. Been all clogged up. But that's okay, because this isn't realistic. This is more my entertaining. I've also decided too that we're gonna bring new series along, so don't think that we're stuck. But I want to concentrate on one before we move on to the next. That way we can get done, we can have our goals, and we can finish up, if you know what I mean. Because as I get older, it's hard for me to remember. I guess that's the best way to do it. Remember what's going on. Like I went on Kuavara today, and I drove around. It's such a gorgeous map, such a beautiful map. I couldn't even find where I put my tractors. It had been so long since I've been on there. I was like, where'd I put everything? You know? And then you play on that for a few hours, and you come back to this, and you're like, where is everything? So, and in the sake of, for you guys too, it'll be easier to follow along. I do believe I got to wait to hear back from my son. I'm patiently waiting. I bounce ideas off him as much as I bounce ideas off Big A. It's ridiculous. I asked him if he thought I should bring back more, blah, blah, blah. You know how that works. There's that. Now, I think we can get away with just one headwind. So I think I made enough. But as you can see, I started going up with that. Now, this little machine right here I remember I had the cat one in here. Remember, it would give me so much lag and everything. As you notice, this one doesn't. This is the BW203AD, and she's filthy, by the way, but she's really nice. She needs a bath. But it works the same exact way as the other one, except that the poly count's way lower on it, and it's way better. Because when you're on a map that has thousands and thousands of trees, you guys know how that works. Anybody who has a PC understands that We struggle with the PC when there's lots and lots of... That's why you always see Fury have very minimal equipment. Because the more equipment you have, the more lag you can possibly get. And some maps out there, Big A was experiencing it earlier today. And Big A has pretty much the same computer I do. With the exception that I have a little higher... I have an i9. He only has an i5. But that's neither here nor there. But he has the same graphics card, same everything as me, same brand even, which is kind of cool. He was experiencing, and every map does it, certain areas will give you lag. So he was doing his bailed. It wasn't today. It might have been. Was it today or was it the one where you're doing the bales? Mark Thor's baler, I think. It was that one part by your farm that was always giving you the lag, and it could be the map. So I try to run my series as minimal as I can with as minimal equipment as I can, just in case. Just in case. Because I like to have all my shadows turned on. I like to have my draw distance turned up. So I like to, in the famous words of Madagascar, I like to move it. Sorry. Glam Rock Brady, what's up? Capital letters must be yelling at me about something. Yeah, Green Mountain. It was when you were reviewing Mark Thor's baler, which I'm so giddy about that right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait till that drops on the Mod Hub because I'm going to be the first one to get it. I'm going to be the first one to get it. Well, maybe not. There'll probably be lots of other ones, but I'm super excited about that. I'm going to steal a line from someone. That's a game changer. Wonder how many people are going to steal mine now. It really is. Mark Thor is a genius. He does some great mods. And I know that from experience as a modder. When you can take somebody's mod and you don't have to touch it, you don't have to fix it, and you don't have to do anything to it, it's a good mod. Because what do we all want from our mods? We want to use them. We want to put them in the game. We want to use them. And I think that's half the problem why Big A and I have so much issues with Giants pushing stuff out. It's not that hard to put out a product that people can use. I understand how hard the map makers work because I know. I make maps myself, and I know how hard it is and how frustrating it is. But you still have to put out a superior product. Ooh, we're going to not quite make it. Got over 30,000 on this, which means that we can feed our chickens for another half a year. Yay! But I've been a big fan of Mark Thor's. The only thing that I don't use of his, I got it on Farm Sim after a year now. Oh, it's been a year already, huh? Well, there we go. We got to pull this up now. Open this up. And buzz over here real quick. Get this, then we'll get our straw, then we will lime, and then we will seed it because we have a direct drill, so we can seed right over the sorghum. If you guys notice, that's how it's spelled. Sorghum. Actually says sorghum. My bad. I want to... Hang on a second. Because I'm going to start getting nailed by Van Ham guys soon if I don't fix this. Yeah, it was only 89% dirty. Come on, guys. Give me some credit. That dirt mod down there that tells me that's on the in-game mod hub, that's the real dirt mod. Not real dirt mod. It tells you how much that is on there, so that's kind of cool. There we go. Now she's clean, and I'll bring that other one down. So I hope we get this all done, and we get a chip. Kind of need... Well, hi. I'm glad you dropped by. Nice. I'm glad that you came by to stop and say hi and enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. So thank you for stopping by. 30,000 liters. Yeah, baby. But you know what's funny, Big A? This is Omatana's and it didn't change. Right? Isn't the TARDIS hers? The TARDIS is hers, right? I thought so, right? But it didn't. This one didn't change color, but the Colossus did. That's hilarious. Somebody doesn't know how to mod. Sorghum. This is not even close to being grown by my area. It is too cold for this crop. Yeah, isn't Omatana does the TARDIS, correct? If I'm not mistaken. But does she do the Colossus too? I don't think does she do both? Not quite sure. You usually know more about mods than I do. I usually just download them. I see one I like, I'm like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. So how's Cowboy today? How is Cowboy doing? Hope you're doing well, Bill. Hope everything's going. Okay, so that's somebody else. Okay. That's all right. 1,990 away from being full. That's nuts, ain't it? Yeah, I know the workers stopped. I wasn't using a worker. See, because it won't let me use a worker. So why would you bring that up? There's that. And shut you down. That's good, Bill. I'm glad that you're doing well. I saw you earlier. I was just in and out. I had a family situation today that I'm not going to bore you guys with too much, but we had somebody that had to go to the emergency room today for heart issues, so we just had to deal with that. And get off. I like how it throws it off. Get off. Now this harvester I have to pull into the shed because the pipe is so long on it. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really like this mod as far as that goes. I just wish it wasn't green and white on this series. You know, I gotta be able to get out of here. Thank you. All right, so we'll put this in the chicken pen. And then, then we are going to pick up the straw, lime, and sherd. And then we're going to cut some trees down. And after that, we'll wing it. How's that sound? There's Johnny. I told you I just got done washing my tractor because I just got done telling the chat that if I don't wash this tractor, Van Ham's gang is going to come in here and start nailing me for it. So I had to wash my tractor. It was so bad that it was only 89%. Come on. It was only 89% dirty. But I have a tendency to not watch that. It's funny, though, because we literally wash our equipment every time we use it at home. But I don't in the farm sim. It's an easy way to forget about it. All right. So we're going to need this on the line. You know what? We also don't need the fertilizer spreader anymore. But I'm going to keep it because I don't want to mess with our money, which we just gained another $100 and something. I think this is the lime here. Yes, solid fertilizer. That's a disadvantage to making them the same. But I don't need it anymore. Right there. And we're going to go over, and I don't know how much lime we have in the factory, but we're going to find out real quick. Because I have my wheel loader stuck somewhere. Oh, I put it away. That's not like Fury at all. That's not like Fury at all. I want to see how much I have in here. Does it tell me here? Yes, 51,000 liters. And I've made every one of those liters with the wheel loader. Just so you guys know. Look, squirrel cam. Let's go right here. Does that help? Can you guys see that? That's good. Can you see my harvester or my spreader? Now you can. There we go. What? If you guys could see my face, I have a big A face right now. What, Johnny? Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not going to read that because, no. Because next thing you know, I'll have my wife coming out of the room saying, what site are you on? And you know what's funny? I got to put this away because I need that little thing behind it. I need Missy B's little thing. Yeah, it's Saturday nights, Johnny. Every Saturday at, I'm on my time very, very late. About between 11 and 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. Which I think is close to the same time you're on. But, yeah, I go on very late because I'm not going to argue with the wife. Look, it's the kid van. She's in the middle of her company. She does insurance. And always in December, there's inventory and books to go over. Did you eat a gummy? Is that what happened? Oh. But yeah, they're in the process. Her company is in the process of getting all of their books in order and all that stuff because the first of the year is coming. So she's been on late. Like, she literally got off the computer about 20 minutes before I did. Nice. I'm glad. Yeah, I knew you were in Canada, but I didn't know if we were in the same time zone. Now, this straw will run down into the manure factory. The manure factory will then transfer it over to the the fertilizer factory. Now, what we have to do is, I just put 150,000 liters of fertilizer in the thing on the silo right there. So now what we can do is make sure that this is on selling, which it is, because now every hour it'll sell. Boom. And I really, this Missy B mod is, a fantastic mod, for unrealistic, but you can use it without the windrowers. So it is super realistic as far as that goes, but I don't know if realistically they would hold 1 million liters. Nice. I just use this one because it works well, and she's another one of those modders that you don't have to touch her mod, which I guess could sound really weird. At least I don't have a nickname like Canola Spread. Oh my gosh, we were going off on that. Canola Spread. It's rich. It's creamy. It's Van Ham Gaming. Oh, that's awesome. He's such an amazing guy. I gave him a shout out earlier. He's just, one of the most down-to-earth, amazing, funny content creators I've ever seen. Just, I laugh so hard. I cry, especially on Friday with dad jokes because I got 1 million of them. When you've been a dad as long as I have, woohoo, you got a lot of those stupid jokes, and a farmer. You got a lot of those crazy, stupid little jokes built up in your brain. So, yeah. Missy Cats. Well, yeah. I can't say the same thing because it's not. But anyways, it's Missy somebody's. Let's go that way. It was so chaotic today, guys. I didn't even get my old man nap in. It was crazy. And I normally take it. And I didn't see Van on today. Does he not go on Saturdays? I didn't see him because I got to ask him a couple questions about Transport Fever, too, when he's on again. But I hate bugging him when he's on streaming something else because you want to talk about the game you're on. You don't want to talk about another game. So I think he's trying to reach out to me. So if you guys see him before I do, I know he's getting ready to go to bed now. If you guys see him, Johnny or Big A, if you see him before I do, let him know how to get a hold of me on Steam. Big A has my name as well on there. Either Steam or Discord Messenger. I don't have Discord, but I do have Discord Messenger because about a year ago now, I just dropped my Discord. I am using, this is the, apparently, let's see, Missy Cats. It is the Missy Cats, what do you call it? Forage Wagon. Right here, guys. And you are right, Missy Cat. There you go. So it is the Rapid, whatever, 84 windrower. You can get, it comes in this weird blue color when you start, but you can use that. You can get the extension on it, which holds 1,000,000 liters. You can go all the way up to 18 miles an hour to pick it up. You can use the windrower or use it without, which is what I like, because if you really want to do realism, you can go back up here and take the extension off and just use 50,000, which is still a lot. You can change the color on it. You guys see that? And then rim color. She's an amazing modder. I've used this for a while. There we go. Yep. And B and X. There we go. Now we're going to take this 142,000 liters of straw down to our manure factory, and we will make 142 times 4, so about 600,000 manure, which will give us about 300,000 fertilizer, and it'll sell. But it will only sell for just a little bit because it's on auto sell. Yeah. He's not really on Sunday. Yeah, I could see that, because for him it's late Saturday night, early Sunday. I get it. I take Friday nights. I actually take Thursday and Friday off from recording and everything else. And it just give me a chance to watch other streamers. And, you know, I play Transport Fever 2. I play a little Skyrim. I play a little City Skylines. I play a lot more Farm Sim. It gives me a chance to get my Farm Sim up and running where it needs to be. So, yeah, we all need days off. Trust me, but if I could, I'd put out 7-day-a-week videos, because I really like making videos for you guys. It's a weird obsession I have. Let's go like this. Yeah. Drive in here. It's a little weirder. Yep. As you guys can see, as we drive down here, all the factories are now gone with the exception of 2. We got rid of all of them, and we've downgraded. Put this in here, and you'll see when I jump out how fast this is. All of my factories for the last probably 6 months have had upgrade factories on them, and you can see, get over here, that's how fast it's making manure. I mean, it literally churns through it. This is level 10. The plank factory was making 640,000 every minute or so. It was crazy. But I got tired of that real quick. I get to the point sometimes with City Skylines. I actually love the game. I love designing. I love playing the game. But I'm finding Transport Fever 2 is more my style, because let them build on their own. Let them do their things, and they're not as fussy. The people in City Skylines are fussy. I thought about streaming it a couple of times and putting out recordings on it, but on the same token, there comes that one point that everything just goes haywire. Your sewage gets messed up, your roads get messed up, and no matter how much you try to plan, something goes haywire and it goes nuts. And especially City Skylines 2, a tornado will come through or something. Then you got to put out a bunch of fires, and then you got to put out a bunch of flooding, and they love to do that to you. So I play it kind of like Van Ham watches my videos to fall asleep. I kind of use City Skylines to relax. I have not picked up Truck Sim in probably, gosh, close to at least 3 or 4 months now. My 2 cars that I have in it and my truck that I have in it are just hit 25,000 downloads, which is kind of neat. It's kind of a neat little thing. I mean, 25,000 downloads is not very much in the grand scheme of things, but hey, it is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. I'm not doing mods to get rich and famous. I'm doing them because I love using them. I love using mods. I love doing whatever. But there's been a couple of people lately that are learning a lesson very quickly about if you bug people about mods, if you ask a lot of people about mods, you tend to get noticed a lot more, and then people will give you some ridiculous number that they want to charge you for it. And, you know, all I can say about that is pick and choose your battles. You know what I mean? If you're going to ask somebody for a mod, do it in private. Don't do it on a live stream. Don't do it on a recording. Don't do it on anything like that. And is, you know, That's all I can say. I'm not going to go crazy on it because... All right, so before... You know what? I did it again, guys. I have to go get our plow, which is right here, because I got to add a strip down there and 2 strips up here. And we can then go crazy with the lime. Boy, it's different when you're recording. It's like in my house, it's all quiet. It's all really... Oh, which reminds me, Big A, is that front weight that you have that I love so much, that on the in-game mod hub? Because I want it. I really like it. Every time he puts it on, I like it, I like it, I like it. This might even be close to 2 strips out here. We're going to go right along our road. A road. Turn that on. Back her up like this. Right around the corner like this. There you go. Turn her like this. And let's go. Yep, this is going to be 1 strip. I was going to leave them, and then my OCD started bugging me because down there, nice. Okay, the bull bar. Is that new, though? Is the bull bar new? I got to do 2 strips. So I'm going to come out a little ways. I plowed it in down here. But anyways, I thought I saw that. I thought it was very new, or has it been out a while? Or did it get an update? I'm not quite sure. And for those of you who play on this map, I want to give a little, what's the word, caveat, shall we say, or heads up. These fields that are on this map that you start with. Okay, I'll look it up. Yeah, I thought I saw it today. I did see it today. In fact, these fields that you start with on this map are not, I'm going to say it very slowly, not courseplay friendly. So don't get on this map thinking, oh, already got a created field. I'm going to use it for courseplay. Nope. Because the lines will take you, see how where my green harvester is? It'll keep going all the way into the woods every single time. And the reason it does that is because they're really wonky fields. Big A did a review on a map a while ago. It was a small, tiny little map. Courseplay hated it. And they hate it. So how you fix that on this map is you plow in do your field, and then you trace it, and you make a defined field, like I did here. 2 and 1. Okay. Now you start with 2 and 1, but I've traced them. So see how nice and square it is now. It'll use that as courseplay now. These ones here I have not done yet. So yeah. That's a little heads up for me to you. Come on here, and if you try to use courseplay on these fields right away in the beginning, you'll go insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Cypress Hill, baby. All right, so there is our 1 strip that way. That's 9 meters, or as close as this machine can get us. And now I'm going to turn that off. So I can run up the edge of this. Leave these little tufts of grass. And then we'll turn it on when we go this way. In fact, I think what I'm going to do to make... no, because I'm going to go around the corner. Because remember, one of the deals that we made when we started this map was the road system has to stay. So my fields are not going to be very nice. They're going to be all kinds of weird. Because I'm running along the roads. So we're going to get here. And then we're going to go around the corner. So let me turn that back on. And we're going to go right like this. Like that. That's not going to give us a lot of room to drive in there. But I very rarely drive. The only thing I drive in there is the harvester anyways. All right, so that can stay, and now we got to go to 2 strips over here, and our field is done. Or for this time. And every time we harvest a field, we're going to add 2 strips, or 3 strips on it, I'm sorry. Get a little wider so that we go in there. That's it. And now you guys understand that the fields will get bigger. And the crop that we get off it will get more, but it will also take us longer. That's why I upped the speed on the Colossus to 11 miles an hour. Because as we get bigger fields, we don't want to be on them on this series. This isn't a realistic series. We don't want to be on that series for like, we don't want to be on a field for like 400 years. We'll leave that for another series. All right, so we're going to get here, about here. Now, normally, I would use my vehicle control add-on and just go straight with it. But we're going to go a little bit shorter on that. There we go. And just like this. Run this right up here. That'll give us our predefined field. And I think we're pretty straight. I think. Pretty close. It's going off a little bit to the right, so we're going to have to come back to the left when we come up there. All right, so that's 2 strips, 1 more, and then this field has been extended, and we will then spread some lime and plant the new sorghum, and we can start cutting some trees. And then next month, I do believe that field down there is ready. Let me do this so I can run down there faster. Imagine if you could run through fields of sorghum that quick. Not that one. That one's the one I just planted, remember? I think this one's next. 4 for 4, yep. So in July, we harvest this. And then I do believe then we come back here and do the little field that I added in August. I think this is on 2. 3. Okay, yep. This is in August. No. That's in August up there because we're in July now. This is in September. And then this here will be October. And then right back. No, we won't be because we're planting wheat now. It'll all change. Ignore the man behind the curtain. It will be absolutely different because, remember, we're not going to plant sorghum in here again. We're going to plant wheat, which takes 6 months. So, yeah. All that rambling I just did absolutely is not going to be what happens. Don't you hate it when a plan doesn't come together? Now, as you see, what that brown is there is the machine right next to my harvester there. That is the TerraFarm machine. And I drive along and it paints. You guys have seen it used before. I paint on the ground and it smooths it or flattens it or whatever I want to do to it on the ground. That's why it's perfectly flat here. But we're not going to make it perfectly flat going up because we're just going to smooth it. I just raised that. All right, so there. Now we've got our 3. And now we don't have to plow anymore. So now we're going to put this back right here where she was. We're going to grab our lime and lime it and then seed it. Yeah, I forgot that I made Mark Thor. This is Mark Thor mod right here. I made his lime because he holds 20,000. And I can go at 16 miles an hour with it. Love it. Especially when you're liming. Lime in a coconut. This is precision farming at its best. Look at that. Right in the middle. Right on the money. We're in the money. We're in the money. Now, as soon as we hit 4 minutes, that manure will be transferred over. And then by the time we hit 11 o'clock, it will be ready to go. Right to there. There we go. Look at how much lime is just going all over the ground. Silty clay. Ugh. Then every time we harvest this, 3 more strips that way. Each time we eventually make it up the hill. Man, see what I mean, though? Mark just does some fantastic mods. Does what it's supposed to do. Isn't that what we all want? Just pick up a mod and go. I don't want to play this. What do I got to do to work with it? I've been trying to get all week long autoload flatbeds. And some of them, I just want to push a button and hit autoload. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is precision shuts off. Love it. So turn that back on again. There we go. And then some of the flatbeds were like, oh, you got to push X, you got to push R, if you're using a controller, push RB. I'm like, I just want one button to push autoload. Let me just hit B like you're supposed to. And it's just crazy. I don't know why people do that. And I figured it out last night that on our keyboard, on our PC keyboard, we are using pretty much every button known to man except for the numbers on the right-hand side, the numpad. But then again, some mods are using that too. So, because I went to go through and remap some of my buttons, and I realized, oh my God, I'm using that for everything. I'm using everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're using all the mods. Take a quick break right here and grab myself a drink of, let's see, cold, refreshing Dr. Pepper. I've got a bag of combos here. Did I tell you guys that I bought stock in the combos company for real? Yep, I did. It's only like 10 shares, but it's a fact. It's not like a lot. It's not like I'm ever going to get rich from it. It's not like I know what I'm doing. I just bought them because I love the stuff so much. Probably all the crap that they're putting in it to keep for preservatives when I get to be like 70 years old, it'll probably have 5 heads. Okay, so let's change this to wheat. Because that'll do that, and then we'll go back to sorghum next time. So let's hope that in the 6 months, our chickies can last that long. So we got enough right now we got 111 that'll take, but in 1 more month right there, 2 more months, these chickens will have babies and we'll be up to 2,000 chickens. Part of me was wondering if I should just keep doing sorghum because I have no way to buy food for them. So I'm wondering if I should just continue to do... Well, we're going to live on the wild side, and guess what? If our chickens die, like as in the famous words of Dolph Lundgren, if he dies, he dies. So, yeah. Without as much mean as that sounds, I'm just not a big proponent of growing the same thing over and over and over and over again. We don't do it in real life, and I don't like to do it in the game too much. So, but there we go. So now when we harvest next time, as you can see, we will have added probably, where are we with that thingy? 2 acres we added. So another 2 acres per field, and it starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was 4 point something when we started, and now it'll be 6 something. So that's cool. Well, actually, it was 4.96, so 596, 696, almost 7 acres now. That's pretty cool. That is very cool. Then before you guys know it, we'll be at like 100. Right back up to Mr. Big Fields, and we don't want to take 4 hours doing them, but there'll come a time when I get to about maybe 10 or 12 acres that I'll stop, and that'll be it. This is why if you guys use precision farming, you got to use a direct drill. Because you lime one time, and you seed and fertilize one time. There we go. This is how we do it. Yeah, but if you guys want to see, more videos or whatever, different, not more videos, but different videos of different games. I got other games we could put out. You just gotta let me. It takes like 2 minutes to buy one on Steam anyways. Some of the games are pretty cheap. I was really getting into that. Oh, what was that with Mr. Shakedown with Van? It's pretty cool. Get off of this. Did you go? Did you go? Because we're moving along like wildfire. And she was singing wildfire. Sorry, that's a 70s reference for those of you who are quite younger than me. You understand that 70s music was where it was at. 80s music was even better. 90s music even got even better. But this new music, I don't get it. But that's because I'm old. But we kept up, in the music industry, we kept topping ourselves. I mean, the 60s, Actually, the 50s was another one of those horrible things. It was just all like flower power and crap like that. That was 70s. It was more like you had to be politically correct, and everything was sunshines and roses. And then we got to the 60s and it became a little darker with the music. It was more about all that free love stuff. Then we got to the 70s and we had your classic rock and then you had disco. And I liked them both. I'm not going to lie. I liked them both. So we got to the 80s and we went through the glam metal and the heavy metal and rock and all your groups from that. And we got to the 90s and we got into those rap singers and, more like, I think disco was trying to make a comeback because it was like CNC Music Factory and, Marky Mark and all those guys from the it seemed like they came straight out of, what do you call that there? Discotheque. That rock rap stuff. But there was some really good music in the 90s as well. But then we get to the 2000s and I'm like, what is this? Like, my son and I were watching this thing on YouTube about the greatest songs of each decade. And I get to this decade and I only listen to country music now. Because it's what, as I get older. But when I was younger, it was a lot of Zeppelin, a lot of, rock and pretty much rock stuff. And then you just get old one day and you think, I just want to listen to, some country music. I got to go raise that up and then go another headland because I'm not quite cutting it. So. Yeah, baby, yeah. For those of you who's following sports, I think Gonzaga's beating them. College sports. So where is everybody? Did they all fall asleep, Big A? Where are they? How many people we got watching? What do we got going on? Because I usually don't pay attention, but it's been a while since somebody said something. There. That's enough headland now. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. I waited specifically for the live to show you this, Big A. No, it's true. Okay, Big A, you were asking what an inline baler is? Okay, so when it hooks directly up to the back, that's an inline baler. When it's offset, like over here, I think your baby baler was, your Mark Thor baler hooked up offset. That's called an offset baler, and it's only made to turn right. That's it. So, but we're on Farm Sim. But I wanted to show you the difference because I know you were a little confused about it and what it meant. Whoops. Get this up. Let's see. We started at 6. We're going 4 hours, which is 10. And then we'll go till about 2 o'clock in game, and then we'll wrap this up because, yeah, I know. I get frustrated sometimes because I'm on so late and so many people. It's hard to stay up and watch me, but I don't really have a choice. You know, if I had to do, I mean, then again, FS Club's made a living at it. He's only gone on late, so. But I wanted to tell you, Big A, that joke, you got the joke, but there was a certain content creator that was on during your stream that has been, let's just say, a negative influence on the community. And he had 2 people watching. So, yeah, it happens. I've had a stressful day too, and I know that I might not make it even the 2 hours because I didn't get my old man nap, and I'm starting to be like, So if you guys hear me start tailing off and not making any sense, time to shake the screen and wake me up. Especially since it's kind of quiet. Everybody's doing their own thing and farming and, you know. It's kind of cool. Everybody's doing their own thing. Trying to figure out who Gonzaga's playing. What? Okay, it's Washington. Yeah. Somebody say something. Yep, it's a busy time of the year, and you know what? I'm still going to do what I got to do. But come the first of the year, expect some changes, everybody. And if it means, you know, it's going to mean what it's going to mean, and that's it. But I've got to take these next couple of weeks because the biggest thing that I'm doing is a disservice to you guys. I'm doing a disservice to you as well as myself because I'm not doing anything consistently anymore. So when I make these changes and everything's going to be done, I'm doing it for the sake of being consistent. And that's what we're going to do. A couple more passes here, then we'll be wrapped up with this. And then depending on if we get any more people in here, I may wrap it up. I may just kind of do a quick, easy one. We've been over an hour already. So I try to go minimum of an hour, but I do go some shorter streams. I know that there's a lot of people that stream for 3, 4, 5 hours. Nice. That's all I ask for. It's all I ask. I don't know. It's hard for me because I think the way I look at it is when I put out our videos 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week sometimes, I really don't have a lot to say. You guys are seeing what's going on firsthand with the videos. So when I get on a stream, and it just seems like I'm not talking too much about the stream, which is fine. You know, hey, I talk enough for both of us. I just think back at what Ham was saying the other day about Quinn. Every time he was playing this robotic build game, I don't even know the name of it, but I found myself enthralled just watching it, like just sitting there going, wow, this is crazy, the amount of work that he's doing. And he has this one worker called Quinn, and every time he would go up to the stupid worker, Quinn would have his shirt off. And I'm just like, really? So I was just like, why would the AI think to just take their shirt off? You know, it's like, who programmed that guy? Then there's this new game out there that you guys got to check out. It's called Smart AI. And the game itself takes place in like New York City, like a super ultra realistic looking city. I'm not quite sure which city it's in. But your sole goal is to figure out the, Great Japan. Yeah, you can have wood chips or wood chips or wood chips. That's what you can have. You're not getting nothing else from me. But the whole game takes precedence in, or takes place, shall we say, in the city, and everything you have to do, you have to talk to the AI to find out where to go next. So it's not like there's no predefined, go to point A to get point B to get point whatever. You have to talk to the NPCs in the game, and you're in a giant city like New York City, so there's thousands of these. And what they're called is they're called smart NPCs, and you literally have to have a mic to play the game. So you talk to it, and you ask it questions, and it reacts as it's real. I was so infatuated with this today. I watched about 65 videos on it, and literally my whole feed now is just the smart AI. This guy was messing with the AI and trying to get him to mess up, or he was trying to get him to curse, and they won't do it. And it's just, I just found myself going, like, that's where we're at with gaming. That's the next evolution, guys, is when NPCs can hold a conversation, with you, a legitimate conversation. Like, this guy was, like, blown away that this thing knew, like, it was interacting with him with his voice, which is crazy to think that we've come that far in gaming. I mean, when I started, I had two little paddles on the screen with this bing, bing, bing. It was called Pong. For those of you guys that are young and don't know what that is, look it up. You will laugh your butts off to see that's how far we've come. And now we're on screen driving tractors and recording our voices and recording and talking to NPCs, and it's crazy to come from Pong. Or I remember the first time Atari 2600 came out in the 70s. Everybody was like, video games? Who does video games? But go back sometime and watch the evolution of video games, and you'll be shocked. This is why it takes games like Farm Sim 2 to 3 years to come out, because there's so much to do. Like, this tractor's moving, the plows or the seeder's moving, the smoke's moving, it's interacting, it's putting something on the ground, it's keeping track of my precision farming. It's doing all that stuff, and every time I move the camera, it just picks it up. So, yep. Say price for a beer. That's true. Yeah, it's true. I don't think since when I first started drinking, and I'm not allowed to drink anymore because I was a very, very bad boy when I was younger, and let's just say addictions happen and things happen, and so I'm not allowed to drink anymore. But when I first started drinking, when I was like 14, there was no ID in bars and stuff. If you looked old enough, they didn't care. They just gave you what you wanted, and, as they say, I started drinking competitively at like 14. So, there's this one song out, country song, that's the guy talks about his uncle teaching him how to drink. And now he's 23 and he can't drink no more. So I'm the same way. But I chose one day to give it up. I chose one day to give up all the pretty much all the bad habits that I had, which is good. So I always tell my kids, you can't bull a buller, if you know what I mean. You just can't. All right, so now we're getting done. So we will have harvested this. We will have limed it, seeded it, picked up the straw from it. Let's see where our manure is at. How much has it made? It sold it all already. How much did we make? Oh, made about 400,000 because we were at 193.5 when we started this tonight, and we made about 300,000. Where's my money? My money. 344,000. 344,000. I cut my production costs in half, getting rid of that factory. So, as you can see, each day, we started out the first month, 141,000, a million. 2 million, 1.4. We're at 344 now. If I sold all those million liters in there, we'd be at 1.5 million. But I'm not going to do that because we have a plan for that. So we're just going to kind of wait and relax, and just when we get enough money in our child van over there, we'll be able to do it. But now we have wheat. So now I have to get another field created. So, dunk and X. And I just planted that, and I was supposed to plant it tomorrow. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It'll grow anyways. It'll go. I was supposed to wait. So, we've got a choice. Where do we want to create a field? We're going to keep going on this side with these. And see, Big A, they're all green now. And I should have, look at perfect and perfect. Look at that. Expected yield, 100%. I think we're going to go over here. Let's chop up some of these gorgeous looking birches. And then do our little trick and see how much we can make today. We're not making any money, but we're going to see how many wood chips we can get. Yeah, because I wasn't supposed to plant that till tomorrow. But now we have to create another field because we have to have 6 of them. So that by the time we're done planting the last field, we can harvest. And so on and so forth. And then it's, once we have 6 fields, then we'll be okay. Because wheat is the longest. I think wheat and barley are both 6 months, I do believe. I know oats is like 4. So 6 would be the max fields that we can go. All right, so let's go over here. We'll move the harvester down. Yo, look how much wider. Look at, these were exactly the same when we started. Look how much wider it is now. It's about a width of a harvester header. Nice. If you notice too, this little machine, I don't know who put the fuel consumption, but look at, I've been using this thing for 4.7 hours and it's like on fuel. It's like barely used it. And I've cut 280 trees up with it. Isn't that nuts? That's why it's one of my favorite mods. We'll come down here. Oh, I also learned, I want, if Big A's still awake, how to get that heart out of the way on your screen. What you do is you pop out the chat on your, when you go live. You can pop the chat out, move it to another screen. And I know you have a dual monitor. Just grab it by the header and move it to another screen. I'm sure you know how to do that. Make it long and skinny, and then it goes all the way over. It'll move the heart all the way away from your chat, so it doesn't get in the way. So the only time it ever will get in the way now is if somebody types like a really giant message. We're gonna go right from here. All right, turn this on. Let's go. Let's go. We'll cut up 10 trees and we'll show you guys how this works. Even though I don't like these birch trees, we'll make a living on them. Because I think you still get the same amount of wood chips for them. I know there's that giant ridge that I have to bring over my machine for. Hey, look, we were on this last time. Yeah, take it and make your, like when you pop it out and go to the, bring your chat to another screen. I don't know if you do that or if you leave it just on the main screen, but I pop it out and I put my Streamlabs and my chat on my second monitor, is what I do. And then I take it and I stretch it from the top to the bottom, and I'm sure you know how to do that. Make it tall and skinny, and it takes that heart and moves it way over to the other side so that it doesn't seem to get in the way of the chat anymore, because why YouTube decided to do that makes no sense to me. I was going to say something else, but I caught myself. I get it, but place it on the screen where it's not in the way of the chat. Put it below the chat or whatever. People will find it, but don't put it in the chat. I don't know how many times that I've tried to read a chat from somebody and that heart gets me in the way. Go ahead. See if I can read it. Yeah, because yeah, it's not really wouldn't be a long message. It'd be about 4 or 5 more words, and then it's at that point. But I think I can still see it. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out, because Johnny will be one of those that types a 400 million page letter. All right. The other thing I like by using this and doing it the method I'm doing, the trees don't sit on the ground. Gets another one of those things off the ground. But this is how I'm doing it. So I'm still using it, even though I could go around right now and I could clear this entire side out with that Trex. That'll be the next series. When we go to the next one, we'll do it the way we're supposed to. This one I did it because I wanted to do somewhat legitimate logging, if you know what I mean. A little bit, anyways. And I've never done a series completely with just logging like this. Hi, mister. It's my kitty cat. Mister. His real name is Ollie, but we call him Mister because he's so spoiled rotten. What do you want to go out? No, you're not going out. Daddy's streaming. You can wait. Cry all you want. You got a litter box? Go in the litter box. Probably some female cat out there that he wants to go see. Call him Mr. Shakedown. Should I cut it up that high? Mr. Shakedown, Shakedown. That was an 80s song. I think it was Beverly Hills Cop. And then, no, and then. How many trees was that? 6. Takes me an hour to get through my mod list. I mean, these don't cut bad. They're cutting okay. I don't like loading them with the Merlot, though. Because we found that out last time, remember? They're a pain. They're not bad doing it this way. Especially when you see how fast this goes. So I'll talk with the powers that be and see if what I want to do about a new series. I'm thinking I'm just going to stay on this one until we get it done. And then when we're done, we'll go to a new series. And then we'll decide if we want 2 going at once or what. I heard there was the rainy map that just came out by the makers of this map. I heard they're doing an update on it, which they should. They messed themselves up on that one, and I like the guys. I love their maps, as you can tell by me being on this 3 times. Or twice. They dropped the ball. You can't tell people there's different fill types on a map and then not have the fill types. You just can't do it. There. I think, is that 10? Nope, 2 more. No, and I like it because I don't have to have any rhyme or reason with the pile. Because I'll show you how quickly it gets done. This method, you can cut down a lot, and I mean a lot of trees. I just get them all kinds of close. At least get them close. We just cleared all this space out right here. Isn't that nuts? Because now I'm not waiting and I'm not having to load them. But I go every 10 or 15. I try to go 10 because it one more. Because it keeps my number even. It goes up by 10. So sometimes I'll cut 10, and if I'm really just jamming out to music and stuff, sometimes I'll go 20. I try to end on an even number. Oops. Here. Number 10. Who does number 10 work for? So we have officially come full circle. That's the field we started on. Remember, that's where our farm was originally, actually. So technically, we're on episode 6 of the new series, but it's technically episode 8. Episode 9, actually. All right, so now we're going to go here. And we're going to go crazy. Let's go. I think Prince sang that. Crazy. Let's go crazy. Driving on my fields. We're going to turn this on. You guys are going to see how quickly this sucks it up in here. And I should get it backwards. Ding. Nope, maybe not. Boom. And boom. There we go. 200,000 liters. And now they're all gone. And nobody sees them anymore. And then we go like this. And we go like this. And we get rid of the stumps. And then we go back to cutting again. That's how we do it. And each one of them sells for $1,000. And I did some selling of them, testing it out with the time off before I put the money back. And that's why it dropped so much, because it was like $1,400. Mike Wazowski. I watched that. My grandkids and my wife were watching that the other day. Big A was streaming, and I kept peeking over, and they were rolling laughing. Now, that movie came out in 2001, so 20-something years ago, and they were still a new generation of kids that weren't even alive when that movie came out were rolling to it. You didn't get all your paperwork done, Mike Wazowski. Oh, my God. I've waited for this my whole life. I can be the scariest monster in any room. But I was peeking over while watching Big A stream, and I was just rolling. He actually got it. I was shocked. He actually got it the first time. I was like, wow, he knew who I was talking about. One of my favorite parts of it, when he sprays himself in the eye, he says, I thought I had allergies, and then I realized I just sprayed myself in my one eye. It's just like absolutely great. That was before its time, as they say. So you can see now, using the Trex to pick up the trees, it is seriously easy work now. And now it's just rinse, repeat, rinse, and repeat. And when we get 200 million liters in that little kid van over there, we'll take it down, we'll sell it, and we'll finish this series off. And that'll be it. There's not going to be any farm build on it. We will have reached our goal, and we will have done what we needed to do. The next series, I think, is going to be, I'm not quite sure, but I'm thinking it's going to be more of a farming series. Is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping, anyways. Mike Wazowski. That was funny. I knew a kid in high school way back in the day. His last name was Wazowski. Or Wiskowski or I don't know. Might have been close. How many do we got now? 14. 6 more trees. Then we'll start wrapping this up because everybody seems like they're heading to bed, which I will be too. I got some leftover burritos to eat. We when we went down to the hospital, we got back from the hospital and we just didn't feel like, when you're going through that stuff, you just don't feel like eating. So we stopped and we got some burritos or whatever they're called there. I call them burritos. My wife calls them calzones, but 2 different things, I guess. But I have some leftovers. I got a bean and cheese one, and I got a pepperoni and something else. So I guess they'd be about the same thing, except I guess the burrito's different. So I just love it. I never know, I've never been one to worry about if I misspoke or if I spell something wrong. I know I spell like a 3rd grader. I call it speaking fury. For those of you who are my friends and understand how that works, I misspell a lot of words. I misspeak, but my heart's in the right place. I do like this new microphone, though. It is so much better. So much I don't have to shout and scream, and I can get real intimate, and I can whisper if I want. You guys can hear me. I can say, wake up. I can scream it if I wanted. The equalizer I thought about buying one for Big A and sending it to him because he was having serious problems with his mic the other day, and it's rough to get him adjusted, but once you do, you can't play with him. But I wanted to send him that because he's got that, that gorgeous PC now. And the equalizer, they're only like $20. So I was thinking about buying one and just sending him it because he'll love it. Once he has that and you get it set up, like every time I talk, it blinks green on the equalizer. And then it shows up on my screen of what it is. And I've never hit the red yet once. Let's see, where are we? 3 more trees. I'm right about the green into the upper yellow. That's what I am. But my equalizer takes that, and you can adjust the treble and the bass, and basically like an equalizer in your car. You can just change it all, And then I discovered this new cool-looking app that I was telling Big A about today. It's kind of neat. Will I ever use it? Probably not. But it's a talk to text or text to voice, whatever it's called. I'm not going to go up on the hill right now. That's got to come and get pushed down. But technically I thought, well, man, if I did time lapses, I could use this. You guys would get a narrated voice during a time lapse, which is something that nobody ever does. They usually just put music in it. You know what I mean? So how cool would it be you're watching a time lapse and a voice comes on and says, hey, I'm getting ready to do this, and hey, I'm getting ready to do that. Now, I can do that with my voice anyways. I can just do a voiceover, which I may do. You never know. So, but that would require me, like, what I try to explain to you guys is the reason I record at night is because the wife uses the computer and it's quieter and everybody's in bed and everything just works out better for me to record late. So if I was to come and do a voiceover, I would still have to wait till 11 o'clock. And at that point, I might as well just record. You know what I mean? Because at that point, I've wasted my time, coming in recording anyways and doing a voiceover. But this thing was kind of cool. Because what it was is you can type what you want to do. I'm sure that they've had it around for years, but Fury's not very computer savvy, shall we say. There we go. This one tree was being difficult. But I could type what I want. I can type up to, it's unlimited, and it's free. It's called Click Cable or something like that. I don't know what it's called. I signed up for it. It was free. And I can type out what I want, and then it checks my spelling, which is what I need, because my spelling is horrible. I think it's because I have really big hands, and I type, like, my brain is going 900 miles an hour, but my hands are just typing normal. and I'm missing keys and hitting extra keys, and I think a lot of times I have to slow down a little bit and try to think about what I'm doing. Nope, not going to go up on that hill yet. I'm going to get her done. This is what happened last time. I'm going to get that hill started here soon. But look at how many trees we've cleared already. Isn't that nuts? But I thought about that. I thought, well, you know, there we go. Last one, and I'll chop them all up, get rid of the stumps. Then I'll bring over the little machine and start flattening that ridge out. I thought about doing that. Just relax, and I hope Van's watching this so he can sleep, because that poor guy has had so many issues. I'm so happy that he's better. He had his stomach problems, and then he had his COVID problems, and he just been... And, you know, nobody wants to make videos, and yet he's sitting there as a trooper, and Big A was sick, too, for so long. I mean, it's like he was coughing, like, and still got up and did the streams and did what he needed to do, and people don't realize the dedication. And that's why I said, congratulations on a year. Because it's harder than you think. All right, so we're at 244. We should be pretty close to about the same. But isn't this an easy way to pick up the wood chips? Just right, and they just suck it up and they're done. And no more stumps. And we can go like that. And then we're going to go and get... Holy cow, look how dirty that is. All right, so let's wash this before we go over there. Otherwise, Johnny's going to be like, whoa, dude, wash your vehicles. Because who wants to drive like this? Oh, that's hilarious. Look at the little keyboard typer thingy up there. I don't know how realistic this is. I don't know. I have no clue. I know FS Miner put it out. Let's see. Let's take a guess. The tractor was 89%. What do you think we'll be on? It's almost only 70. It needs a paint job though, but I can't paint it or repair it because I'm in negative numbers. The only thing we can do is wash it. Then pretty soon we'll be looking at a silver machine. Oh, duh, 0. All right, let's get this done. I'm definitely going to, let's see, I'm definitely going to stop at 2 o'clock because it's wound down. I'm even losing my energy at this point, and we'll get her going. So I want to do one thing first, and that is make our initial road right here. Let's try to get it as square as we can. Go right up there, just like that. All right. Get this set up like this. I want to get this on concrete, or gravel, I mean. Because gravel's the white one. Nope, concrete, gravel. Paint radius, we're going to go 200. Then we're going to go strength of 200. Radius of 200. And then the smooth of 200. There. Whew, that was crazy. Then I'm going to turn it on. And move in a little bit so you guys can see. Now, oops. There we go. Now we're smoothing. And then we're just going to keep this as straight as we can. Oh, thank you. Heading out. Now you'll see when I get in here how much that's terraforming. There it goes. I don't want to get too close to the tree. The tree. Yeah, it's calling me here soon too, Big A. All right, so that is our line. That is going to be our next field. Keep it as but get some rest. I will catch you tomorrow. Now the My game starts at 1. Football starts at 1 tomorrow. So if you're streaming in between there, I'll catch as much as I can. But if you're streaming during the game, I'll leave you up. You know how that is. I always try to get you your watch hours. And I'll try to chat in every couple minutes just so they realize I'm still there. But I'll be watching the game. We play Baltimore Ravens tomorrow, which we're probably going to get whomped. But that's okay. I'd rather get whomped by a good team than get beat by a crappy team. That's just the way I'm at. All right, now we're going to, since we switched that, now we're going to switch back to dirt. And there we go. Turn her back on. And now it'll paint the dirt on there. But as you can see, there's just that ridge right. See it going down now? Now it's terraforming. Let's get in here so you guys can see it. In the morning. Yeah, there she goes. Now she's working. There's that ridge here. I should be. I'm not milking tomorrow morning, so I should be in the house. I'm not doing anything in the morning, but you know me. As soon as I get the notification that you're on, I'll jump on. Get back out here. Just go right to the edge. This is, to me, okay, I will make sure I keep an eye out. I'm not really, shouldn't be doing anything. Depends. I'll get out of here, then I'll go eat my burrito, and I'll get to bed. This, in my opinion, guys, is the easiest way to terraform when you have to be precise. It is definitely not faster than bringing out the big circle or the big square. Don't get it twisted. That's the easiest, fastest way to terraform when you got a big area to do. But when you have a precise and you're creating fields and you want it to, like you see, it's smoothing it. And you want to do a little bit at a time and you want to be precise with it, this little machine is the way to go. Everybody throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. To let Big A know you're leaving. Show him some love. Head over to his channel. You can see out. Look at that. At 200%, that thing is just smashing that in there. Look at that. That's the way I wanted to show it off. And I just let it get, because it's not flattening it. And he's improved the tweaks on this thing. This thing is just absolutely works amazing. One more, and then we'll cut some more trees. We've got about 50 minutes in game. Just go in here. Let's see how much it's terraforming it. Right there. See how far out? Way out by my speedometer. Look at that. Now we'll cut those 2 trees down. And then we can terraform right over that. That's just making it smooth. And then we'll just smooth it up 1 more row or 2 more rows. Go right up the hill. That big ridge is be gone. I just wish I had a stump grinder on it too. But I like to use it for real, like when I'm creating a field and it gives me a boundary of the field, because I can paint on where I need to go and I don't have to get out 2 different tools. I don't have to paint and change the square to a circle or whatever. I just know I can make my roads. I can do whatever I need to. It works really well on the make your own, or shall we say, you know, whatever this is called here. And then 1 more here. Then we'll get rid of those stumps. You can see how much of a ridge it is. There we go. Now, I also talked to one of our OGs, Bart. And I think he's onto something. So that when we get to winter time, he wants to like have some time lapses and stuff in there so that we can kind of move the series along during the winter months when it's so cold. But we'll see. We'll see. Whoops, not that one. This one. And then we can jump out here and give him a nice little twist. Down. Look at that. Just terra farm. Just a swinging. I mean, it's terraforming 200% out in front of the machine, and painting that far too. So it's kind of like having your X or your square on, you know, like about a medium level. And then pretty much it's smooth there. Might be past that awful ridge now. There we go. I think we're done with that now. Now we'll just cut up the rest of our trees. And see, what I do is I try to go, it's going 200%. But I try to go backwards and then forward, just like a real roller would do. See, like you let it stop, and you just back up over it. And then now you've done it twice at 200%. And you can see how much it smoothed it out. Shut that down. You can see it. There was a giant ridge here. Gone. She gone. There you go. All right. Let's get 8 more trees cut up, and then we'll wrap the stream up, and then we'll be done. So we got a entire field done, harvested, and limed and seeded. We got our... Oh, let's see. We're onto our second field. Well, we're onto another field. No, we got a first field seeded. That's what it was. We got a field seeded. Then we got harvested, limed, seeded again, another field. So we got actually 2 fields completely done in this episode. And that's why I did the smaller fields at first. But now that we're established and we're starting to basically rinse and repeat, let's get some bigger fields going. Let's get some stuff rocking and rolling here, so that we can get some real product out of here. Especially if we're using wheat, we got to use a bigger field so we get a decent yield to last us. Now, we got more sorghum coming tomorrow, so I forgot about that. Yeah, by the time that the wheat is ready, I'll have sorghum in between there. I did forget about that. So I hope you guys had fun. I've had a blast. And then the recording will be right back out on Monday for the same one, so we'll have a day off in between. I won't have to record anything. I might start releasing the videos a little bit later, because I've noticed that I get better traction when I release them more like noon, 1 o'clock my time, like in like the afternoon. When I started releasing videos at midnight on for our UK fans, because our UK, Australia fans, Canada fans, wherever you're from, different time zones. Like Australia, if I release it at midnight, it's like his early afternoon. So Van's getting them right in the morning, but you guys don't watch them in the morning. So I have to remember that I live in the United States, so I have to put them out for when I do. So I'm probably going to record Sunday night, and it'll drop probably, which is tomorrow night, actually. I'll probably record, and it'll drop sometime in the afternoon on Monday, my time. Like, I know you're still here, Johnny. You didn't say goodbye. I know. If you were leaving, you'd have said goodbye. I'm not worried about it. We're going to be wrapping up anyways, Johnny, soon. In about 25 minutes in-game. We'll wrap it up, and that'll give us a 2-hour stream, which is plenty. I've never been one to stream long anyways. I've done a couple 4-hour ones, but it's doing the same thing. Right now that I'd rather cut a bunch of trees off camera so that nobody really sees them. And that way you come on and you see fields being created and things like that. What are we on here? 4 more trees. But yeah. Loving it. I love these. I've always been one to like these giant challenges. I like it. It's the only thing that really keeps me focused. When I bring out a regular Let's Play and there's no goals and there's nothing to it, I get bored. After about 4 episodes, I go, okay, this is crazy. Nice. What map you playing on? Is it a modded map, or are you on the multiplayer server? Because that's kind of cool. I haven't been on my multiplayer server since last week. I think, nice, yeah, that's what I do. There's a lot of times when I'm watching another streamer, Van or somebody, or, you know, I'm watching Ham, or I'm watching Big A, or I'm, you know, watching, sometimes there's a lot of times that, oh, right there, I got to do that one. Remind me to come down. I might just do it all the way to the edge. Because there's that big ridge. Right there. I do it. I peek up and I listen for keywords, like I listen for my name, or I listen to like something, maybe somebody's talking something interesting, and then I stop and Aussie tonight. What map is that? An Australian map? Or are you on the server? I can't. Aussie tonight. You know, I played some really good Australian maps. The problem with them is their fields are huge. Like, absolutely huge. I think we'll go get this one here so that we can come forward on that ridge. Wow. I couldn't have nailed that better if I wanted. But I'm still cutting the trees really by hand. Well, by hand would be actually technically cutting them down, which I could. I think you get more wood chips cutting them up in pieces. If I just went through and cut the trees down with a chainsaw, I'll have to check it. I'll have to cut one tree up, see what kind of wood chips I get, and then chop one down with a chainsaw. And because if I could do that, that'd be mad easy. That'd be even easier. You know what? What are we on here? Okay, we're going to do it right here. We're going to test it. All right? So, let's we'll test this on camera. We got about 10 minutes anyways. So, we're going to cut up one tree right here, which puts us at 30. That's good enough. All right, let's and then we'll empty it into the little kid van over there. We'll see how much we get for this, then we'll empty it again. And then we'll see how much we get for a tree chop down. Because if I get the same amount of wood chips, why am I doing this? I might as well just go through with my chainsaw. Cut a whole bunch down. Be interesting, won't it? All right, so shut that down. We'll get our little machine. Let's pick up this first. These here, and then empty them in. We got 1,300,000. See why I don't worry about it? It's almost 2 million anyways. It's funny. Okay. Why you want to be a ding-dong? There you go. All right, so shut her down. Go away from the thing. Go away from this van because it will pick up my thing. Pick up my pipe. I got to go this way into my field and get it over to my giant kid van over here. There you go. Why isn't that emptied? Oh, do I have to have it on? I don't think I do. Let's do this then, because I know that'll empty in there. Might have to be in this. Why isn't... Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, I know it works. I've used this on Yukon Valley. Right through the van. That's why I said this is super not realistic. And if Tim was watching, he'd be like, what are you doing with this kid van again? See, you can't see it really. There we go. She's emptying pretty quick. Remember, there was 1,300,000 and something in there. So when we technically, if I sold this right now, we'd make 1,300,000 and something. But I'm not going to. I'm going to let that van get to 200 million, and then we're going to, or whatever we're at by the time this little. There's something on this map that's ticking down and giving me money for something, and there's absolutely no factories. There's nothing, but there's something on this map that's giving me $100 and something an hour. I don't know what it is. I have not come across it yet. If you guys understand what it is and found out what it was, let me know, because it's driving me nuts. And I'm almost assuming that the rainy map is going to be the same way. So she empties fast. It's almost done. I put the speed up to like 8,000 empty. Yeah, it should empty without it on. There we go. Now, let's go test that tree cut up, and then we'll cut one down with the... then we'll cut one down by hand and see if we get more. So we're going to have to empty this twice. All right, so let's take this, see what we get. 12,000. All right, let's go back and empty it in. This will be the last little project we do. This is kind of cool because if it works and we get the same exact amount. Did I not get that? Why is that not working? That's weird. That one little piece. Oh, and my mom got scared. And she moved me with my auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Okay, 12,866. 66. Oh, my pipe's going to go nuts again. Let's go through the windshield. All right, so now let's go cut a tree down and see what it gives us, and then we'll be wrapped up. If it does give us 12,000, we're good. We just go through, and we don't even have to have the harvester. We just walk around and cut a bunch of trees down. And they're all the same, right? Yes, okay. Pick a tree, any tree, pick a tree. Okay. Well, it might be more difficult. Ha! I got more for a full tree. That's insane. That's insane. Try one more. This should give 26. If it is... Okay. We just figured something out that you're getting a lot more. That should be 312. Yep. You're getting like 2,000 more. Well, almost 2,000 liters more. So I was at 22. Wow. Okay. Well, we just found an easy way to do it. Yep. Now we go fast. Yep. We don't have to keep doing anything. I'll show you. We'll go. I want to wrap this up, though. And how much is in our child van? 1,531,000. All right. So now we can. Wow. And I can make it and go. I don't have to go up and down the hill or anything. I mean, it's granted that's cut down, but isn't it still technically cutting it down by hand? You can do this, and you can cut them all down by hand. Except I'm going to try to get a little bit closer to the ground. I can't believe I got more than cutting them up. And now I just do this. And this, and this, and this. One more. I just like it on an even number. I can't see. To go the other way with them so that they're falling away from me. It's like corn. Falling away from me. 37. 38. 39. Oops. 39. That's going to stand. Go. Now we just drive around with this thing. What if it'll do it from this way? Yep. Wow. Wow. No cutting along there, Batman. Here we go. We just figured it out. And we just, now I'll cut them this way so they fall onto the wherever. I just cut all of these down and just chip them all up at once, and then we make our field. Yeah, I don't have to move this thing at all. So technically, we don't even need it anymore. I'm going to keep it for now, but I might sell it. And we've already cleared all of that just now. We just did 40 trees tonight. But that's the way to do it. You can make yourself a nice field really quick. Get that ridge gone. Oh, man. What a difference. Who would have guessed that you get more wood chips from an actual tree than you do from cutting it up? I mean, then again, it's the same tree, but it would make sense because if you're cutting it up, you're losing in that little bit in between. Oh, that was a great little experiment we did. So, all right, guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been about 2.5 hours, and we're going to wrap this bad boy up real quick. On that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you are watching this. And remember, I love you all. And I hope to see you right back here Monday with another episode of the Van Ham Wham! We're in Debt series. We're on our way, though. We're on our way. We have over $2 million in that little machine over there. Well, we have 1.51. But it's not going to take me long now. Now that I know that, I can literally just chop up 150 trees and just drive over them. It's pretty cool. And we went up to 320 trees today. We cut down 40. We are right here. 320 trees, and that'll prove that I'm not cutting them down with this, because if I cut down with this, it doesn't keep track of it. It does with the brucks, but it doesn't with that. So that's why I get so many more. It makes sense. Good night, Johnny. Good night, Cowboy. Good night, Big A. He's already gone. Bastion, if you were in here, good night. Will came and said hi and goodbye. Thank you. But that would make more sense why the Brucks gives me more wood chips. Why I just clean up with wood chips, because when you cut it, you're losing all the wood chips in between. So it makes sense. But all right, guys, thank you. And I will catch you on the flip side.